2017. You're watching MarketStream.live. My name is Joseph Cusick with the Cusick Group. Securities offered by MoneyBlock. This is where we check out everything that's occurring right now in the European markets. And it's been mixed action at best. But the real story right now, in front of the ECB coming out with their policy decision on Thursday, is the fact that there are reports and concerns that the ECB is going to actually shift their inflation outlook going through 2019. As a matter of fact, the vibe right now in the markets is that the inflation forecast is going to be lower than what is expected. Now, that has the euro currency under pressure. You can see right now the euro currency over the US dollar pair right now trading down. That means that the euro is trading lower. That weakness is basically on these headlines and concerns. Now, we don't know exactly what the policy is going to be or whether or not that's going to be their forecast, but there are some expectations. And when I saw this move in the euro versus the dollar, that gave me a little bit heads up that we might be having a little bit of a reaction pre-policy. So we'll have to watch that closely. Watching the French markets, the CAC is basically up 46 points today at 53.16 so far in the market. The biggest driver is finance. So take a look at the banks. Credit Agricole being one of the notable ones, but we're also seeing some weakness in airlines and specifically those manufacturers like Airbus down also this morning. So there's some mixed markets, but the French CAC has been moving to the upside until we hit a little bit of a speed bump here yesterday and the day before on Monday. We're in that battle zone between the 20 and 50-day moving average for France. Now, the French elections have already occurred, but we do have the UK elections that are going to be coming up tomorrow. And again, watching that ECB decision and policy statement, this is going to really set the tone for these markets in Europe. And they've been red hot. This is where a lot of money has been parked. So if there's any kind of blip in the radar or uncertainty about the future economic growth components or inflation outlooks, that's going to potentially move the markets. Taking a look at Germany, right now you see that Germany is trading up 38. Interesting action this morning. We're seeing both the upside in utilities and we're seeing it in banks. So we're seeing somewhat of a mixed component, getting a little bit aggressive in what I would call an offensive sector like banks, but also getting into more of that higher yield safety area like utilities. So a little bit of a mixed action in front of the ECB, but we'll watch that closely. And then finally taking a look at the UK. Obviously with the upcoming elections, we'll know the results tomorrow on June 8th. Right now the UK is trading down 13. The biggest two drivers right now are drug makers to the downside. Look at Shire, GlaxoSmithKline. Let's see if that actually starts to hit the pharma market here in the United States. We're also seeing consumer names to the downside in the UK. That's putting pressure, but still, the bulls are in control. We want to see if they challenge that 20-day moving average. The conservatives, that's current Prime Minister Theresa May's political party, they continue to have a lead, but again, that lead has shrunk considerably in the polls, so we'll watch that very closely. Finance, though, is still driving, so we're seeing a similar action on the finance and banking side like we're seeing in France, so we'll watch this very closely. All right, folks, that is it right now for On the Open in Europe. Join me at 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central. I'm going to be back on here at MarketStream Live with all the market action here in the States, so join us.